Welcome to Knife Thoughts. This video is going to be an unboxing, and as you might have been able to tell from my shirt and also from this box, it is a Jack Wolf Knives knife. And this is one that I'm really excited about. If you've watched my unboxings before, you can probably tell a difference just in the box here. And you'll see why in just a second. I want to get right into it. I've had this since last night, and I forced myself to wait so that I could make a video of opening it up here. But let's go right into opening this up. I am going to use the original version of the Midnight Jack. I carried this yesterday because from my card on Monday, and also going to use it for this for a reason. You might already know what the knife is here if you follow along with Jack Wolf Knives, but if you don't, then it'll be clear pretty soon why I was using this Midnight Jack. So open it up here. I want to see. There we go. Yep. So here it is. So you can see Midnight FixEDC. So fixed blade. This is the first fixed blade from Jack Wolf Knives. So I'm really excited about it. I kind of thought that they should do this, and in particular from the Midnight Jack. I'm a big Barlow fan, and the Midnight Jack is Jack Wolf Knives' only Barlow so far, aside from the After Hours Jack, which is the modern, the one-hand opening version. But I was really excited to see them doing a fixed blade, and not only that, but if you look at this packaging, it might remind you of something from your childhood. It does from mine, and that is the VHS boxes. So if you remember watching VHSs, I watched Lion King was like my Disney movie when I was a real little kid. I think I watched it until it broke the VHS, but lots of others, of course. Everything was on VHS for a long time there, and this looks like a VHS box. So I think that's really cool. It goes right along with the 80s and 90s theme that Jack Wolf Knives has, and you can see the Midnight Jack is howling at the moon there, so that's really cool. Got Jack Wolf Knives on the side. You've got the one here, like they would often do that on the boxes and such for videos. And then here is a write-up on the back. I haven't read this, I don't know what it says, so you can definitely pause it and read it if you would like. Inside this box, I'm going to read it. Inside this box is a small but handy Jack Wolf Knives fixed blade. Inspired by our Midnight Jack slip joint, it features an S90V sheet foot blade and coffin-shaped handle. Great stuff. You can carry it clipped in your pocket or belt. It's included an ambidextrous, so you can carry it both sides, sheath, leather sheath, and there's a lanyard pin, like post also. So you can get a lanyard onto this. When the sun goes down and the moon shines bright, reach for the stability of a knife that can't fold. A Jack Wolf Knives FixEDC. And then the same write-up, I believe, as the slip joint tubes. But really cool. And as you can see here, I got the Starburst or Sunburst, I think they must be calling it Starburst, titanium version. It was a tough choice, I'll tell you what. There's some like tape here, so I'm gonna, wait, do I need to tape? No, I don't need to cut that. I'm real glad that I didn't cut that. So you don't need to cut this tape here. And I recommend not cutting that tape there. But anyway, there were lots of good choices. You can just slide this out. It's like a sleeve. Ooh, look at that. That's a nice box. There were lots of good choices. So my first choice was the abalone. They're doing an abalone version, but it's an exclusive for traditional pocket knives. So Ben didn't have any to send. I might try to get one from Austin on the drop. So I think that one's going to be really cool. I love abalone. I think it's such a unique handle material, and I think it looks great on this. But then they also have a polished micarta, which they haven't done micarta in a while. They stopped doing micarta. So that's something I think a lot of people were excited about. And then they have a carbon fiber and an Altum version also. So I, was between this, the abalone, and the micarta. The micarta looks really classy, particularly with the sheath, but let's look at the knife. So magnetic box here, which is always nice. And you've got your 2 stickers. I love putting one of these up and keeping one back. And there it is. So as you can see, it's a black leather sheath with white thread. They have such nice slips. I have been converted to using slips with my traditional knives by Jack Wolf Knives, basically. But I actually got one of these. It's Cordovan leather, and I've been using this for my Jack Wolf Knives slip joints. Really like it. It's kind of taking a beating, as you can probably see there, but it's taking it well. So this would go really nicely with the black micarta version. That was kind of the upside of the micarta for me. But I went with this because I've been carrying a Sebenza 31 a lot recently. I have the gold thumb studs. I might try to get a blue thumb stud and put on instead or something. But if you see, this has that titanium and the blue screws, so it would go great together. But anyway, that's kind of neither here nor there. Let's look at the knife. Look at this sweet little fixed blade. So this is a small fixed blade, but oh man, it feels really good in the hand. 3 fingers on the main area, and then my pinky sits on that kind of coffin bevel cutoff thing. So it's comfortable. You've got a good guard there so your hand doesn't slip up onto the blade, which I always appreciate on smaller fixed blades. This version, the titanium, has stonewashed, or I'm sorry, not stonewashed. There is a stonewash version. I believe one of them is stonewashed. But anyway, this one is hand finished, hand satin. So really nice, kind of fancy look to it. Also, I don't know how well you can see it in the lighting that I have here, but the swedge doesn't have that hand satin, or maybe it does. Oh no, it does. It's just kind of, because it's a different angle, it gives it a little bit of like a two-tone look. So I really like that. You can see Jack Wolf Knives, hopefully you can see that there. S90V, again, there is a lanyard post, so that's really cool. And let's see how it fits in this very, very solid feeling little sheath. I put the box on the ground, that's why I have to keep bending over. So here you've got your sheath, Jack Wolf Knives logo. I am excited to carry this. I'll tell you what, the GEC Rendezvous is coming up this weekend, and I can't wait to carry this at that. Blade Show is also this weekend, and unfortunately, Ben, Donnie, and the Jack Wolf Knives crew won't be at the Rendezvous because of Blade Show, which I completely get. I wish they weren't at the same time. I really wish GEC would have chosen differently so I could go to both, and so that more people could be at the Rendezvous, but here we are. But anyway, I'm excited to carry this for the Rendezvous, and really nicely stitched. Interesting, that's what I was just looking at here. The stitching goes over the top. I've never really seen that before. It's interesting. It'd be interesting to see, if that moves at all. But it seems like wax, so it shouldn't. And let's see, how would I carry this? I'll probably carry it in my pocket or in the waistband. So I'll put it in like this. Now, it's got to go in deeper than that, so I think I'm going to have to kind of wiggle it in here. Hopefully it doesn't. There we go. It's definitely, has a nice solid fit to it. I don't want to jam it in too far here or anything, cut the threads. There we go. So I think it goes in about that far. It's kind of hard for me to tell where it is in there. Let's try putting it in again without quite so much wiggling. The pinching it definitely helps, and I think you do want to go in at kind of an angle. It's an interesting, so if you see, if it's straight, it's not gonna go, ooh, that was not even close to being in the frame. If it's straight up and down in here, that edge is gonna hit, kind of right in there, rather than in the middle. But if you kind of angle it, it'll go more down to the middle. So I think I will try to angle it somewhat. And with the kind of getting it in here, I don't think anybody's gonna buy this thinking that it's a super tactical knife. Maybe they will, I don't know, but that's not what I would think of it as. This is a nice kind of classy EDC small fixed blade for your kind of normal daily tasks where you're not like whipping it out ready to like yeah. But take it out, cut your stuff, slide it back in, and you're good to go. So I'm really looking forward to carrying this one, putting it to use. I really appreciate Ben sending this along, everything they do at Jack Wolf Knives there, Ben and Donnie and everyone else. Love that they're doing new stuff like this, and can't wait to put it to use. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell and select all so you know when I post new videos, because I will do a full review on this knife after having carried and used it. Also, make sure you subscribe to knifethoughts.com via email. I'll have a link for that in the description, and you can do it at knifethoughts.com. That's where I'm going to really focus on posting content, articles, video roundups, things like that. So make sure you subscribe there. You know, that way you don't have to deal with whatever company's algorithm deciding whether or not you get my stuff, right? Instagram deciding that it's bad, or YouTube deciding that it's not good enough, whatever. Like, I send you an email, you want to watch it, you want to read it, click on it. If not, don't. It's fine. You know, you get to choose. Whereas with social media, some big company that definitely does not like knives and probably doesn't like you or me gets to choose. So I highly recommend subscribing via email. After that little diatribe, last but not least, as always, don't forget to go out and do good.